For years, my body was under constant stress from never-ending anxious thoughts. Even trying to relax just made me realize how anxious I was. I felt completely trapped. This happened for so long, I forgot what a calm day even looked like. What broke the cycle wasn't trying to fix my stress or anxiety levels. My issue was that I had a nervous system that was stuck in a perpetual fight or flight state. I didn't need to talk to more friends, journal more, or think my way out of this. What I needed was a nervous system reset. Since doing this, I've been completely free from debilitating anxiety for years. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can reset your nervous system and take a giant leap to recovering from anxiety. Step 1. Stop trying to avoid the feeling. When your nervous system is hyperstimulated, it can misinterpret sensations, thoughts, and emotions as actual danger. Our body's first natural response is, I need to get away from this. So whenever we have these symptoms, these sensations, these feelings, and we try to escape it, we tell our nervous system that this is dangerous. When we were surviving thousands of years ago in the African savanna, we'd often run away from predators. But in today's day and age, stress looks very different. We end up distracting ourselves, we end up scrolling through our phones, we will people please. We'll do anything but feel these symptoms and sensations. These are protective reflexes that served us at one point, but this avoidance eventually drains our nervous system. It's no longer running away from a tiger, but it's running away from heart palpitations, from that feeling of impending doom, from the sadness, from the anxiousness. All these sensations and all these feelings we end up running away from. So the first thing to do is to feel these sensations, feel the emotions. When my nervous system was in survival mode, I was convinced that my symptoms were a medical issue. My symptoms were so intense that this wasn't just anxiety or stress. I was experiencing panic attacks. I was getting intense physical symptoms like breathlessness, heart palpitations, digestive issues, brain fog. And I would end up Google searching my symptoms. I would go to doctors. I would get reassurances from my friends and family. But really what I was doing was I was trying to escape how I was feeling. See, your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a real threat and an imagined threat. So even if we're running away from something internal, like a symptom, emotional discomfort, or racing thoughts, your body doesn't know the difference between that and running away from a tiger. That fight or flight response that's supposed to last only a couple of minutes ends up lasting years. This program over time becomes our default conditioning. It's not feeling safety, it's just stuck in survival mode. So before you even do anything, allow these feelings to come. Let them be there. Don't resist. Don't fight. Step 2. Develop curiosity over analysis. When you stop avoiding how you feel, the next trap most people fall into is trying to figure out why they feel this way. We try to figure it out because we hope if we can figure this out that we can solve this. We look at our feelings the way we look at a math equation. But if you're honest with yourself, analysis is another form of control. It's another form of avoidance. If you just need to feel, why do you need to analyze? Why do you need to run to your head? It's better to stay in the body with that sensation, with that feeling. See, analysis keeps the brain in problem-solving mode instead of showing its safety. So instead of trying to analyze and trying to figure this out, just view your sensations, feelings, and emotions with curiosity. Curiosity is a lighter energy. It doesn't have the same urgency to find the right answer. Maybe the answer comes to you, maybe it doesn't. Curiosity is just observing without judging it. It's observing it without trying to control it, without adding narratives or stories behind why you feel a certain way. This sounds small, but this shift can change everything. When I was dealing with intense symptoms, one thing that helped me was learning the mechanics of anxiety. How anxiety creates such physical symptoms, panic attacks, intrusive thoughts. Once I understand how the nervous system stays stuck in survival mode, I didn't need to analyze every symptom or sensation. I just viewed these symptoms with curiosity. Maybe it was there one moment, and maybe one moment it wasn't. But I didn't try to manipulate it. This gave my body a chance to relax. It recognized that Shaan was no longer reacting in panic or fear of these symptoms. Because I just observed them and just refocused, the nervous system on its own began to reset. The symptoms began to lift, and over time, the symptoms just disappeared. By the way, if you want a deeper look into my recovery journey and how I use these principles, download my ebook for free. The link is in the description box. Step 3, re-engage with life, even if you still feel like you're surviving. Once you stop running away from how you're feeling, the next step is to re-enter the parts of your life, especially the parts you've been avoiding. Each time you take a step back into life, even with the sensations still flickering in the background, you're retraining your brain to see that normal life and bodily sensations can coexist. That feeling in your chest, that wave of adrenaline, doesn't mean stop. It just means keep going. Just go a little gently. Start small. Take that short drive that used to make you feel anxious. Go for the walk even if your heart races a little. Meet that friend for a coffee even if your thoughts are loud. Travel again, one step at a time. The goal isn't to prove your symptoms are gone. It's to prove that they no longer control you. Because every time you move towards life, instead of away from it, you're showing your brain that we can feel this and still live. That's how sensations lose their meaning. Not because they vanish overnight, but because you stop giving them authority over your choices. Over time, your world expands again. The activities, places, and people that once triggered fears start to feel neutral. And that's when your nervous system truly begins to reset. When living itself becomes the signal of safety. Step 4, reinforce the new normal. As you begin living again, something subtle starts to happen. Your nervous system starts feeling more safe, even with symptoms. This is because it's watching how you're responding and seeing that you can feel sensations and still feel safe. This trust needs repetition. You're not going to feel this by doing this once. Many people think it's built on some big breakthroughs, but really it's just built on small, consistent moments where you choose to respond again and again. Healing from a nervous system that's stuck in survival isn't linear. There will be days where you will feel calm and days where your body echoes those old patterns. The key is what you do next. Do you spiral back into fear? Or do you remind your body, we've been here before and we know what to do? This step is more about embodiment. You can intellectually understand what I'm talking about in these videos, but still not really respond in safety. As you experientially see that as you allow yourself to feel this way, you feel the emotions, you feel the sensations without resistance, you begin to grow your own confidence. Over time, that confidence becomes a part of you. Now it's embodied. It's just who you are. Over time, the peaks get softer, the waves pass faster, and the peace starts to feel natural again. And one day, you'll notice something extraordinary. You're no longer recovering, you're living. You see, this isn't about managing anxiety or learning a few coping tools. It's about retraining your body to live again. When your nervous system learns safety, your entire life changes. Not just your symptoms. You begin to trust yourself again. You start saying yes to things that you used to avoid. You stop organizing your life around fear and start living from freedom. When your nervous system escapes the survival mode, the people around you will feel it as well. We find as people heal, their families feel it, their children feel it, their communities feel it. This is a quiet revolution that's happening, and it's happening one nervous system at a time. People realizing that they were never broken. People remembering that healing in many ways is very mechanical. It follows a certain set of principles. It's the body just learning safety again. Imagine a world where millions of people are no longer making mistakes of combining symptoms for illness, but instead understanding how their body works and how their body has been protecting them from these perceived dangers. That's the world we're building. A world where healing is expected, not rare. Where safety, not fear, becomes the new normal. And it all starts with you, right here, right now.